Welcome to the DoubleACS Daily News. Attleboro Veterans Agent Ben Quelle is working to bring back the Bells of Peace to honor Veterans Day. The Bells of Peace was a national and international tolling of bells that took place at the end of World War I. We spoke with Mr. Quelle to learn more.
The Bells of Peace became quite well received as we did the centennial celebration for Veterans Day, or Armistice Day as it used to be called, 2 years ago in 2018. But what folks have to remember is that that was not made up just for 2018. It's something that was done on the first ever Armistice Day all over the world, in Europe, Paris, London, New York City. That's how when people took to the streets to celebrate the end of World War I, bells rang in all the places of worship, all the belfries, Big Ben in London. And so it was sort of a tradition for a while, but then it sort of tailed off. So the country brought it back for 2018 to reenact what was going on at the end of World War I, when the armistice was signed. And so what I'm trying to do is continue with this tradition, to have our major places of worship continue with the Bells of Peace, which is a 21 chimes at the 11th hour on the 11th day of the 11th month, that being what we now call Veterans Day. I have a volunteer at my office that is calling. There's 21 different places of worship in Attleboro, so we have a volunteer in my office that's calling around and asking them if they'd be willing to participate. Not all of them can, because they no longer either have a bell or they have a bell that just doesn't work well anymore. But certainly we're calling on the community outside of the places of worship. If you know of any other buildings or places that have the ability to sound off some sort of a bell or something like that, please do. I'll remind all the folks out there with smartphones, which is virtually all of us, that you can go onto the app stores and you can download the app that will actually give you the chimes on your phone. So if you want to, set your calendar, and then at exactly 11 o'clock on Veterans Day in that morning, you can go ahead and set off your 21 chimes, and that'd be great. We're also encouraging people that if you know that the hour has struck and you are somewhere in public, if you could just have that moment of silence, because that's really what it's meant to be, is a moment of silence for all the individuals who have served, and especially those who have lost their lives, just to remember the cost of war and what it means to people. And we just have that moment of silence while you hear those bells go off. That would be quite moving, I'm sure, to the community. I will remind people that when it comes to Veterans Day, my office and the city will be honoring Veterans Day. It's obviously become very difficult with the pandemic, but we are going to be doing a pre-recording. This is going to be through the participation of the mayor's office and the veterans organizations here in town, that being the 2 American Legion posts and the VFW. And we are going to be doing a pre-recording down at the Pavilion in South Attleboro, and the local access station here is going to be giving me a lot of help. We're also going to be incorporating the high school chorus, which is going to be doing a lot of things, and we're going to stream it all together. We're going to sort of produce it. We're going to put it together in a video, and we're going to air it on a lot of different venues. We're going to use the town website. We'll have it at 11 o'clock in the morning. Local access is going to air it. A few Facebook sites are going to air it, including VFW and the town's Facebook, so it's going to be available to everybody. And it's going to hopefully properly pay tribute to those who have served in wars past.